So we all just got our hands on some unreleased footage from the Atlanta reunion, and Claudia Jordan is speaking out.
Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Richie Sky, and we are back with another video. Yep, we're doing it again, and today we're talking Nene Leakes has released some unreleased footage of the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 11 reunion, and Claudia Jordan is sort of answering some questions about Nene Leakes in a very interesting way. So I'll get to that second. Before we get started, I just want you guys to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Sky, and also subscribe to the channel. You know, we come out with news and all of this stuff daily. A lot of what we do on this channel, for those of you who may be new, is we talk a lot about pop culture and housewives, and we hypothesize a lot about what's going on, and we sort of break down things that are going on social media and in the blogs and in the news. So that's where I get a lot of this information from, but I give it to you guys in a condensed format so you guys don't have to go searching for it. You can get your fix right here every day. Even though Real Housewives of Atlanta is on the off season, a lot of stuff is still going on. A lot of stuff is still happening. And so we'll have some clues as to what's going to happen in season 12. But before we get to all of that, let's talk about what's happened at the end of season 11, because Nene is giving us a behind the scenes look at what's going on at the reunion. Now, I don't know if you guys follow her YouTube channel or not, but she just released a new video where she's kind of going behind the scenes of the reunion, and she's giving you a glimpse of the process of getting ready and what goes on, even on the set of the reunion as well, which is interesting because we've never really gotten to see that before. So I would suggest that you guys go watch it. It's I'll put that link to the video in the description of this video so you guys can watch it at your leisure. But I want to give you guys some things to look out for because I have some questions, okay? I have a lot of questions. But first, the first thing that I want to say is this. Now, because I'm a fan of the show, and I know that you're a fan of the show if you're watching this, what I like about this whole situation is that we're seeing this in a whole new light. When you watch the video, one of the things that I want you guys to sort of notice is I'm a fan of anything behind the scenes. I don't care if it's silent. I don't care what it is. I just want to see what went into the process. Because it's not because I'm nosy, it's just because I like to see it. You know what I'm saying? Having working in production, working both behind the camera and in front of the camera, side note, while I'm even talking about this, now, a lot of you guys will hit me up, will send me emails pitching me reality shows. That's great and all, and I appreciate that. But I think my purpose outside of what I do on here is to teach people how to break into TV. So if you are interested in getting into television, I do not do work with the pitching of shows necessarily as much as I do help with people who want to work on the shows, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I just wanted to put that aside because I keep getting a lot of emails about that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Coming from the production background, coming from someone who's worked in TV and radio, it's interesting to me to see all of these things that go on behind the scenes, right? So what I want you guys to look at, and I want you guys to do two things. One, look at this and then tell me what your thoughts are about it. I want to know what you guys think about this format because I want to know why other housewives don't do this. You know what I'm saying? I really think that, let me drink some of my iced coffee home. I really think that this is a great format for housewives because I feel like it allows them to explain certain things themselves and it keeps the conversation going, which ultimately helps the ratings, right? So I feel like whereas the ladies used to blog on BravoTV.com, I feel like they could still do that, but I feel like a lot of them should also go to their own YouTubes like Dr. Heavenly does. I think Mariah was doing it. And also Kandi does this very well with her Speak On It. Is they need to start doing this sort of thing because I feel like it's interesting for the fan. Not only that, but I also want you guys to compare, Nene's The Life of Nene to Kandi's Speak On It or Kandi's YouTube channel in general. while I am, again, I know some of you guys may think sometimes that I'm bashing the ladies, and I never do that. I never do that. Never would I do that. I'm gonna do a comparison because I feel like Kandi does a much better job. Her team does a much better job of BTS, as well as just talking to the camera and explaining things. I feel like the quality is a little bit better as well. So I want you guys to compare those two as well. Do that. I'm giving you guys assignments, okay? And I know some of y'all already watched it because some of y'all, just like me, obsessed, okay? And ain't nothing wrong with it because this is the place to be obsessed, all right? And I'm reading from my notes, guys. In the video, you guys will notice that at a certain point in time, she ends up talking to a producer. And she captions it, she says, my producer, Marlo and Greg checking on me during parts of the reunion, I guess when they have breaks. And we see Nene having a very in-depth conversation with her coach, where her coach is really I keep saying coach because I wrote this down. I wrote it down. This producer is basically talking to her. And what it reminded me of is a boxer who is in the ring, and when they step to the side to, get they give them the water and all of that stuff, it reminded me of a coach prepping a boxer before they got back out into the ring. And maybe one could assume that, the reunion is kind of like a boxing match. But at the end of the day, what I was thinking to myself was a couple of things. One, is this the same producer that she allegedly choked and chipped a tooth or knocked the tooth out allegedly? Is that the same producer? Because she had said in a previous video that she had told her producer, and what I know from reality TV is this: each one of the housewives get a team, okay? If you're on a reality show and you are filming concurrently with other people, you typically have a team. It could be called a red team or blue team or whatever they call the teams, depending on the production company. They will have a team, and within that team is a producer, and it could be associate producers as well, and then a camera person and a boom person, and maybe an extra camera person. So it just kind of depends on the production budget, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you guys a lot of the behind the scenes with this, okay? So when they typically get those, that team, I'm assuming that this is her producer. And if it's her producer, is this the same producer that she told explicitly not to go into that closet, or not to film in that closet beforehand? She said this on her own YouTube, and this is where you guys need to be. Y'all gotta be on it like me. I'm telling you, gotta be on it. Because she said in a previous video, she had told her producer that they were not allowed to film in her closet, and I think her bathroom, if I'm correct. And y'all, and I know y'all in the comments, some of y'all gonna correct me if I'm wrong. So please do so, because I encourage the feedback like that. So I'm wondering, was this the same producer? And I'm thinking to myself, what was he coaching her through? Were they trying to get her through, the questioning? Were they trying to help her answer questions? Y'all help me out. Y'all let me know, because it was a very, very, very interesting watch. So go, guys, please do yourselves a favor. Click that link down in the description. Go watch her, support her, all of that good stuff. But just watch it and then come back and comment and let me know what y'all think. Or if you already seen it, just comment. Or even if you don't want to watch it and you want to just listen to what I'm telling you, comment below. Let me know what y'all thoughts are. If this was the same person, and it's right here on the screen, so you guys can actually get a good look. If you don't feel like going back and watching it, you just want to watch me, I'm fine with that too. Okay, so those are my questions about that. It's an interesting watch. You guys got to go ahead and see it. You can actually even see Cynthia in the background, which is so interesting to me, that because if I'm thinking to myself, if I don't like you in any way, shape, or form, I don't care that you did walk through the scene, because Cynthia Bailey walked through the scene in the background. You gotta watch. I would have edited her out. You're not getting no shine on my YouTube. But anyway, that's that with Nene. Let's move on to Claudia Jordan. All right, so our girl Claudia Jordan is back in the news and, well, in the blogs, really. Now, y'all know she hosts a radio show. I believe it's in either Dallas or Texas or Houston or somewhere like that. I don't follow her that closely, but a couple of my favorite blogs were reporting on it, so I gotta bring it to y'all. So that's what we about to do. Anyway, now y'all remember Claudia Jordan was on season 7, and I know that people from all over the place watch these videos. So to refresh your memory, she was on season 7, and her biggest she's really known for the read-off that she had with Nene in Puerto Rico. That was an epic season. And I feel like we're about to have another epic season like that in season 12, which is why this is relevant. So she's doing a little bit of talking about the show and where it is right now. And I guess she's sort of recapping it. And she's talking from her experience. But, you know, you guys don't need to just hear it from me. Let's listen to the audio.
Listen, Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, Nene, you're a big fan of the show.
Big fan of the show. I want you back, by the way, but
oh man,
we'll talk about that later.
You know, ever since I guess Nene's been popping off this season, like there's been like a lot of drama with her. I haven't been watching it, but they said I've been getting a lot of messages like, "Come back, you're the only one that can check her." I'm like, listen, it's a lot of stress.
Okay,
there are talks of Phaedra. There's rumors that Phaedra might come back, and Kandi said if she comes back, it's either her or me. If she comes back, I'm out.
Now, what do you think about that?
I agree with her.
But they'll write a check and she'll stay.
Well, here's the thing. Kandi doesn't really need it anymore, and she's coming up on like 9 years, I think. 10 seasons.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she's been on everyone except the first season. So when Nene's always like, I'm the queen.
Okay.
It's not Nene's show. She didn't start the show. She started with the show as a cast member. Let's be very clear.
Absolutely.
Like, I think it kind of sounds like she's implying she created the show. She's one of the original ones on the show when they were like, starting off. But then Kandi came on second season, and then Nene was out of season, so they've been on the same amount of seasons.
That's going to suck if Kandi is not a part.
Well, how would you feel if someone was on the show and put it on national television that you were conspiring to drug and rape another member of the show? Like, that's what her beef is with Phaedra. She really likes Phaedra.
So we can't let Porsha get away with it. She was the one that said something.
Right.
You can't let Porsha get away with it.
So what do you feel about that? You think she should be gone too?
No, I want them all to come back. That's what makes this show interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Miss Claudia Jordan is speaking on it. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, one of the things that I wrote down was that, especially in her talks about Nene, because after she left the show, I remember reading that her and Nene were in a really good place or whatever. But I think in order for her to do her job correctly, similar to me, she is commenting on what's happening in Hollywood and on reality television. So I get it. And who better to speak on it than somebody who was actually in it at one point in time? Which is why I would love to hear somebody like Lisa Wu give her take on a lot of these things. I don't know what y'all would think about that. Would y'all be down to hear more from Lisa Wu about, the behind the scenes, the Housewives? I would love to hear that because, it's just fascinating to me. Anyway, one of the things that Claudia mentioned was that Nene is not the creator, which is, for the most part, true. But if you guys go back and watch that video that I referenced earlier with Nene behind the scenes at the reunion, she sort of calls herself the creator. She calls herself the Queen Bee, which Claudia is clearly refuting. So I want to know what you guys think about that. One, maybe Nene was joking when she was saying it. I really don't know, but you got to get into the video to really be able to see what I'm saying. Was she being for real? Was she like joking about that? I kind of think that maybe Nene feels in a similar way that Mariah does on Married to Medicine. And I don't know if a lot of you guys watch Married to Medicine. And I'm talking about the Atlanta one. I'm not talking about the Houston one, which I don't think they're even going to do anymore, or the LA one, which is, I'm not sure how that one ended or if it's still on. Did they have a reunion? I don't know what happened with that. Regardless, what I want to know is, do you guys sort of see a similarity between Nene and Mariah in terms of wanting credit for being the nucleus of the core group of women? And also, I think that Claudia made a good point that at this point in time, Kandi has been on as many seasons as Nene. So who's the real OG here? Is it still Nene, or could Kandi also be considered an OG on the show? And what do you guys think about Claudia in general? Do you guys think that the show lost something when they lost Claudia? What I liked about her is that she wasn't afraid to stand up for herself. I really, really like that. I mean, she's an intelligent woman who can definitely, who knows her way around reading, and who also really wasn't afraid in her first season to stand up to one of the OGs, one of the big dogs on the show. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys feel like she's needed back on the show, or do you guys feel like, no, we're good without her, she didn't fit? You know, what was it? Because I felt like she made more of an impact than, let's say, Shamari did, and probably more than Kim Fields did. So I want to know what you guys think about all of those subjects. You know, tune into that video with Nene. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you think it could have been better, or if it was a waste of time or energy. Also, let me know what you guys thought about that conversation that she had with her producer, and if you think it's the same producer. I want to know that, and then your thoughts about Claudia. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys, hit that notification button, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will see you guys in the next video.